Hello, my mimics, and welcome back to the Mimic Commentary, episode 85. Last we left off, I think I may have mentioned that I missed a few stone crowns, so we're going to have to go pick those up back at the Academy. But we found the Academy Glintstone Key and Shattering Crystal. So we're going to give the key to Tops and read about Shattering Crystal. First, we'll do Shattering Crystal. Let me actually just look at all the sorceries, because I want to compare it visually to our other sorceries. Crystal Burst is a crystal cadre spell. Group of sorcerers who pursue the Wisdom Stone, the secrets locked, and the faint cognition of the Crystalians. 18 intelligence. Has the Academy sigil there. One of the Glintstone sorcerers of the Academy of Raya, Lucaria. This one, however, requires 38 intelligence, less than Crystal Release, which needs 41 intelligence. Sorcery of the Mysterious Crystalians creates a mass of crystal, then shatters it in a forward burst. The Crystalians are inorganic beings, yet they live. They cleave close to the ideals of the Primeval current, and as such, they are revered as guests of the sorcerers. Okay, so this is new information. It looks very similar to Crystal Release, except kind of sideways and out. Crystal Release is the sorcery used by high-ranking adepts among the Crystalians. Some also call this sorcery the Crystal Sun. It is very reminiscent to Magic Downpour, which was taught to the Carians, who are a moon family. So we're saying, actually, this is a part of the Crystal Burst thing, but it is interesting to see that the Carians kind of have 2 points of contact with sun alliances as a moon family. The other being with the Iced Rhine hatchet from Castle Sol, one of the several gifts given by Castle Sol in the distant north. We deduced that the gift was to the Carians and not the Crystalians, thanks to the secret Halig Tree Medallion, which was found in the Albinorg village. Latenna came from the north, and she needed this half and the other half, the left half, which is found in Castle Sol, to return to the Halig Tree. And one of the Albinorics in the Volcano Manor cast Magic Downpour. So it's kind of interesting to see the connection between not only just the Albinorics, the man-made life forms, but the Carians, to 2 points of contact with a Sun Alliance. And as we've been seeing in the Academy, can we see the Academy from here? While I'm talking about it. There it is. As we've been seeing in the Academy, we've deduced that it was constructed in the Sun Realm era. It has sun symbolism all over the place. The only moon symbolism seen in the Academy was put there after the fact, like the giant moon in the debate parlor. That could be hung up at any time, but the floor tiles that are the same color as everything else, those show the sun in there. And we also found the statues of a kingly man, a queenly woman, and the queenly woman holding a child, which was from Bloodborne. It appears somewhere else in the game too, but we haven't gotten there yet. Leading, showing to me most likely a king and queen from a previous era who must have had the Academy constructed. My assumption right now would be those are Sun Realm royalty. Not America. Well, I shouldn't say not America. America, America's the eternal. It could be her. But not America as we would know her as the Erd Tree Queen on those statues. Anyway, we were talking Crystalian stuff. I just thought it was a little tangent. I thought it was interesting that the thing about the Carian sigil, and it's also the Carian sigil for the Crystalians, like This is the Celian sigil. This is the Carian sigil. This is the Carian sigil. You can see it clearly here. You can see it in here. So even the Crystalian's magic that isn't just like magic downpour that was taught to the Carian royal family, the mysterious Crystalians get the same sigil as just the Crystalian's magic. 41 intelligence, that's a lot. Okay, so the Crystalians are inorganic beings, yet they live. Generally, when something is inorganic, it means that it's made up of matter that is other than a plant or an animal. Typically, I guess, a mineral. Another definition would be forming or belonging to the inanimate world of or relating to or dealt with by a branch of chemistry concerned with substances usually not classed as organic. Examples: all metals, most elements, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia. Okay, inorganic. So the Crystalians, as we've seen, they're crystals. They're crystal people. They're not organic beings, yet they live. How do they live? Well, we've already been able to deduce this. For example, we looked at the Academy Glintstone key. A Glintstone key will remember its user. So Glintstone can house memories. And when we talk to Selen, Glintstone is the amber of the cosmos. As such, it holds residual life. Residual life is the life that's left after the body would be gone. So I would say the spirit. Maybe the soul as well. I don't know if one or two. I guess like the spirits are just ethereal life, and the soul is. Well, I guess I don't know if there's a. I think there's a distinction, but I'm not sure if we make that distinction in this case. If we think back to Dark Souls, souls can be stored within crystals. Seath the Scaleless didn't have scales, so he covered himself in crystals, and he had a primordial crystal. The soul magic is enhanced by crystals. Like, you can use Soul Spear as a spell, but Crystal Soul Spear is so much better. In George R. R. Martin's Thousand World series, there is you see this in Night Flyers in particular. What are they called? They're not memory stones, but they're like, I gotta look up their name. But they're essentially like crystals that you imprint a memory onto, and then by touching it, you get to re-experience that memory. The primary antagonist of Night Flyers, spoiler alert, is essentially the ghost or the spirit of a woman with great psionic powers that has been stored in a giant one of those crystals. So there's a common trope between Martin and Miyazaki where someone's consciousness, someone's spirit, someone's soul, someone's memories can be stored within a crystal to preserve their life. So the Crystalians are inorganic beings, yet they live. How do they live? Well, in this world, the soul can be stored in crystals, specifically glintstone, which comes from outer space. So the Crystalians cleave close to the ideals of the primeval current. Cleave close to the ideals. So if we break down what this means, cleave close to the ideals of the primeval current. To cleave in this sense would mean that they're adhering to very strongly. This is part of the cleave close. So they're sticking to these ideals very strongly, particularly of the primeval current. So they are close to the ideals of the primeval current. As such, they are revered guests of the sorcerers. What is the primeval current? I think this is only the second mention of the primeval current so far that we've had. And that first one came from the Graven School Talisman. So the Crystalians are inorganic beings. The Crystalians are crystals, I guess we say the Crystalians are sentient crystals with souls inside of them, and they cleave close to the primeval current, which is a forbidden tradition of glintstone sorceries. And those who we have cleave here in this in Graven School Talisman as well. To those who cleave to its teachings, okay, so we have the Crystalians cleave to these teachings, or not at least the teachings, but to the ideals. The act of collecting sorcerers to fashion them into seeds of stars is but another path of scientific inquiry. So we're trying to learn the secrets of the world. The Graven School masses that we found so far are made out of the crowns, the stone crowns of the scholars whose pursuits were deemed worthy at the academy. They're literally wearing stone masks with glintstone in them. So the academy scholars are essentially trying to mimic the Crystalians. They want to be like the Crystalians. Instead of, instead of their, well, I shouldn't say that yet. I was going to say, instead of them actually becoming stone, they're just wearing it. But as we've seen in the mines, people can start becoming like glintstonified. They get stoned. But we also see it with the glintstone fireflies. A firefly whose glowing tail has hardened into glintstone. Alas, now that its tail is glintstone, it can no longer beguile potential mates. So we most likely had a gold firefly or a silver firefly that was around too much glintstone, and it became glintstone. So we could see that there is a process for people becoming glintstone. Now, does that mean the Crystalians, if we look at the... one theory posits, if we look at the crystal sword fashioned from pure crystal, a deed impossible for a human, the inscrutable Crystalians have but one clear purpose: to safeguard their crystals unto the end. So their crystals. If we think about why are they trying to protect their crystals, well, if they are sentient crystals themselves, maybe they're protecting like something akin to their children. If crystals can hold souls and memories, especially souls and memories from maybe outer space or since the beginning of the natural world, we could see maybe why they would want to protect them from them being turned into possibly a weapon like a Lazali glintstone sword. One theory posits that they yearn for the return of their creator who will carve for them new brethren. Now, since it says that this is a theory within universe, I think we can deduce that this is most likely false. So perhaps Crystalians don't have a creator who carves for them, but maybe it's a case of the glintstone fireflies that perhaps, where are we? Perhaps they became glintstone. Maybe they were a Graven School once themselves, and after being fashioned into a seed of the stars, they became a Crystalian. That could be the case. Anything else from Shattering Crystal that's interesting before we move forward? As such, they're revered guests of the sorcerers, because the sorcerers are trying to learn more about the primeval current, even though it's forbidden. And who is it forbidden by? Most likely the Carians. The Carians do not want people to have the wisdom of stone because they are guarding many secrets. One of the secrets, definitely Erd Tree seeds. And most likely whatever's going on down here. These ancient ruins, these giant space monsters, the giant throne woman, and their fake dragons that they're crafting. Oh wait, giant throne woman's here. And the dragon that they're crafting. Most likely trying to safeguard those secrets. The secrets of the Eternals and those who were committed to high treason to ward off intervention of the greater will and its vassal fingers. Most likely those are the secrets they're trying to protect. Anything else from here? Well, the other thing is that we found Azur's glintstone staff in that room with a seed of the stars with a Graven School. He was a primeval glintstone sorcerer, so we're getting Crystalians, primeval current, primeval glintstone sorcerer, primeval glintstone. We don't really have much on the primeval current yet, but it's definitely, since it has current and water into it, it's definitely tying into like this water culture, this fairy culture, this eternal culture, the dancer garbed in blue. You know, we were able to buy their armor right outside of Raya Lucaria. Right here, we were able to buy that outside Raya Lucaria. The High Road Cave, where we got the Shamshir and the Blue Dancer Talisman, was like a sanctuary for water, and so was the Carian Study Hall. Had a lot of flowing water in there. So definitely something that the Carians are aware of and they're trying to protect. Only those who have glimpsed beyond the wisdom of stone may wield it. Azur, as a primal glintstone sorcerer, he glimpsed beyond the wisdom of stone, so he understands what the primeval current is and what that means. And we saw Selen's portrait overlooking him, so she's totally into primeval current stuff. Probably why she's imprisoned down in the Weaving Peninsula. Okay, very cool stuff. Let's give Tops an Academy Glintstone's key that is brand new, not used by anyone, and I couldn't remember him. One thing I noticed, I think that was interesting, I don't know if we talked about it last time we got our first key, definitely the cuckoos here, but at the top, we got lilies, so Mikola lilies or Trina lilies, we don't know yet. So Tops, no more sitting in the rain, let's give you your key.
Are you certain?
Yes.
You're willing to give your glintstone key to me?
I am.
My, oh my. Thank you. Thank you dearly. Now I can go back to the academy to resume my study of glintstone sorceries. And the very stars.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, what does this do? I'm having an idea, I'm having a thought, and Eureka. Wow. That's just what Tops had right now.
Back to learn another? Why, of course.
What does he got? Did he give us any? No.
Thank you dearly. With your blessing, I will depart for the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Or perhaps one day you'll pay me a visit. Who knows? I may be a decorated sorcerer by then. Thank you. With you.
Yeah, that okay.
Who knows?
All right, Tops. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think they're handing out glintstone crowns at the academy right now. I don't know if you want to, Class 8 in session. Jacobus Mimicus is missing. Hey, we're at Liurnia of the Lakes, converted tower. What are we doing at the converted tower? Iridation, guide thee. Well, let's pop on our crown. So this is a statue of Marika. It's a converted tower. We found our cuckoo glintstone here. We've already done the tower. We've already went up here. But why are we here again? Well, let's see what iridation shows us. We're having a thought. Just thinking real hard. Oh, the stones are glowing. And there you have it. So the academy. Aha. This is very interesting magic. Hidden secrets. Hidden secrets. And they're hiding it behind Marika. Hey, can you see the statues from here? No, you can't. Yeah, we already did the tower. We have everything up here. This is just a memory stone, but it's just very interesting that the academy is hiding their secrets behind Marika. What does that mean, that they're hiding it behind Marika? I don't know if I have an answer for that. I think there's another tower. I think the wizard tower here also has that. So I think we'll get our answer more plainly then. So let's go back to the schoolhouse classroom before we go to the debate parlor. For no reason in particular. Hey, I never made mention of this. Grace actually wants us to go that way, too. Yeah, because after we finish the academy, we're kind of going to be at an impasse. Do we go this way? Or do we go that way? All right, that's for another time. And... oh, no. Tops. Look at him. He studied so hard. Is his eyes open? No, he's dead. Alright, what happened? Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Alright. This, I think, is our first bell bearing of a... what do you call it? Found upon his parish flight. I think this is the first bell bearing of a named character. And what's interesting about Tops' bell bearing, so we've talked about bell bearings before, where you'd give them to the Twin Maiden Husk, and you can summon the spirit of a dead vendor to buy their wares. Spirit calling bell, so it's I think it's like the bell bearing is supposed to be like the thing inside of the staves that the finger maidens have, so that you can't hear it. It's a soundless bell. We're putting in his bell bearing, and you could see that there's a spiritual wisp around it, and also the crystals coming out of it. He has crystals because he is a glintstone sorcerer, so I guess his proximity to glintstone. It's interesting. Found upon his parish flesh. Oh, you know what? This is actually important. We will get more context onto what bell bearings are in Shadow of the Erd Tree. There is a crafting material that explains exactly what bell bearings are. So that's like one of those, I guess, mysteries in the base game that gets shown in Shadow of the Erd Tree. But it's interesting that we're going to see this frequently when we get more bell bearings, that they just look different based on whose bell bearing it is and what they've interacted with. And we can actually learn a lot about that person based on their bell bearing. It tells us a lot about their spirit and their soul. And it's interesting that it's found upon his parish flesh. So this is something that's inside of a person. This is something that is a part of a person in this world, this bell bearing. Sorcerer Thop's bell bearing, found upon his parish flesh. So his flesh is dead, but, you know, his soul can still live on, and by summoning the spirit, his soul will come back. This is actually, I think, this is a holdover from Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, if you killed, and this makes sense because Tanamura, who was the director for Dark Souls 2, is the co-director for Elden Ring. In Dark Souls 2, if you kill a merchant, you can actually summon them again for by paying souls, and then and go through their wares. You can buy their merchant wares again, even though the merchant is dead. So very similar concept being used here. We also talked about the memory stuff and the soul memories, things like that. Soul memory was an addition in Dark Souls 2 as well as a mechanic, but conceptually it exists throughout all the games. But as a mechanic, it was introduced in Dark Souls 2. Academy Glintstone Staff. Staff of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, embedded with a turquoise glintstone. Only a recognized sorcerer is permitted to wield the staff. Alright, Tops, you're a recognized sorcerer. Alright. Tops Barrier. The lifelong pursuit of Tops the Bluntstone creates a magic force field that deflects sorceries and incantations. Hold continuously to creates barriers. Let's take a look what that is. Oh, can I level up? No, not yet. Let's put this one on. Oh, cool. Wow. That's strong. Okay. Future generations will learn. They will know the foolishness of the sneering sorcerers who ridiculed this theory, little realizing that it was in fact a discovery worthy of a new Conspectus of the Academy. Well, why is it worthy of a new Conspectus of the Academy? Well, actually, for sneering, I want to check... where's weapons? Where are our... Oh, wait, it's under here. Sneered at by fools in the Academy. So... sneering is used twice, talking about people from the Academy. One who First, the fools are those who thought you couldn't foster peace with demi-humans and that they weren't smart enough to be able to cast sorceries. And now fools are also those who didn't recognize Tops for his ingenious. What did he discover that was like so spectacular? And while we chit chat, let's go pick up the Ash of War as well. Well, it's quite simple. It's something that we learned in Demon Souls. It's something that we learned in Dark Souls. It's something that we're going to learn further in Elden Ring. There is little difference between sorceries and incantations. There is little difference between faith and intelligence. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh my goodness, how foolish. Let's try that again. Alright, well, you need some intelligence to be able to freaking hit the scarabs. Oh jeez. Very high octane gameplay going on here. Ash of War Thop's Barrier. Erect a magic force field while swinging the shield. Since it's an Ash of War, it's his memory, so we're getting his memory here because I guess he was just thinking here so hard. This scarab came by and it just picked up all his memory dust and turned it into an Ash of War. But yeah, Thop's discovery is that sorcery and incantations are kind of one and the same. They just use different parts of the mind to be able to manifest that type of power. Let's go to the debate parlor. Which is, this kind of ties into Radagon's storyline as well. If we look at his icon again, as husband of Renala of Caria, the red-haired Radagon studied sorcery. As the husband of Queen Marika, he studied incantations. Thus did the hero aspire to be complete. Eventually he's going to learn that it's all the same stuff. Like, I think when it's just going to be different. He's going to, that's what he's going to learn. He's going to learn that there's not much difference between a sorcery that uses intelligence and souls to manipulate the soul as there is for reciting an incantation based on one's faith and where that power derives from the soul. He's probably going to learn that it's the soul and the spirit that this power is coming from. What are you looking at? What you got for us? We're here because I missed this crab. Imitation crab, Carlos Conspectus. Oh, okay, this was actually good that we found this. Which is, we learned this in Demon Souls with the old one. Oh, we're gonna make more glowstones. The old one and the symbol of the old one, the symbol of God, were the same thing. But it's the old one coming back into the world and reigniting the soul arts, and the soul arts are just and miracles of God come back, and sorceries come back, and it's really just they're the same thing. They're just using different parts of the mind. So the Carlos Conspectus, what do we have here? Lilies on the crown. You could see. So first, the top kind of reminds me of like clouds. Well, first we have his glintstone, obviously. And then it reminds me of kind of like clouds, so the sky and the cosmos. Then the lilies in between. And then beneath that all is a spiral. Spiral all the way around. That lilies is cool. All right. One of the glintstone crowns bestowed upon Raya Lucaria scholars whose pursuits were deemed worthy increases intelligence to the detriment of stamina. The Carlos Conspectus is the oldest of the Academy's lineage of studies, begat by the sorcerer Azur. Scholars who follow in his footsteps pursue the mystery of comets. So now we learn this is, where is it? His staff. This is his staff. Primeval glintstone sorcerer Azur. So, Azur. Okay. Azur studied comets. He did the Carolus Conspectus. What else do we have on the Carolus Conspectus? Oh, we have to look at our spells. The greatest of the Carolus Conspectus that only very few sorcerers have mastered. It looked like Radigan's Red Wolf had mastered it. So, so Radigan's Red Wolf, really smart wolf. That dog knows a few tricks. Okay. It's also the most venerated academy. So, the Carolus Conspectus was founded by Azur, who is a primeval sorcerer. Is the oldest of the Academy's lineage of studies, and they're studying comets. We talked about comets. You know, they are giant balls of like ice and minerals and rocks that orbit around the sun, generally, and they have an elliptical orbit, kind of like hundreds of years old. You know, the big one is Halley's Comet, and it being, you know, the big thing about, I think Halley's Comet was like predicted that it was going to show up again in like the 1970s, and that was like great for astronomy. I think also a Greek, like the earliest Greek astronomer also discovered or deduced comet ellipses, and that it would appear again in the sky. So even though, what does it say about the primeval? Where is it? Primeval sorcerer current is a forbidden tradition of glintstone sorceries. Okay, so it's a forbidden tradition of glintstone sorceries, yet the oldest and most venerated school in the academy was founded by someone studying it. This academy is older than the Erd Tree. It is a Sun Realm era construction. Perhaps it was created not as an academy originally, but most likely not because of its location above the glintstone. We don't know how old the academy is, but I'm assuming it's quite old. You know, it's got to be quite old. Azur is a what does it say about him? The oldest of the Academy's lineage of study. So someone who glimpsed beyond the wisdom of stone started with studying comets. And he founded the oldest school within the Academy. So he's got to be old, right? Like, Azur can't be alive anymore. He's got to be dead. You know, Azur's time is no longer. He doesn't exist anymore. He's gone. He's done so. Correct? That's what I'm thinking. Just based on that information. You know, we saw their faces painted on, like, you know, people are using their crown, like their faces as crowns. Like, it's a legacy to show their faces. At least that's as I'm seeing it. Or maybe they're not that old. Did I screw up again? I screwed up. God dang it. I wasn't supposed to jump down. I was supposed to jump across. I gotta get over there. All right, we'll be right back. That's Azur. So that must be Lusat. Twin Sages. Lazali guy doesn't have a name. Lusat. Azur. Can we deduce age on them? Can't say. Alright. Gotta go where we're going. Alright, let's try out Top's Barrier. Let's try it out on Shard Spiral. Look at that. This smells so funny. Look at this. Amazing. Yeah. Alright, let's do that again. Oh, it's slow casting though. Oh, jeez. If I just keep casting this, can he actually hit me at all? No, he can't. Oh my god, this is why it should get its own Conspectus. You're useless. Oh no, his book is strong though. Oh no. Okay, yeah, that's why. Maybe Topps was kicked out of the academy, not because he was a fool, but because they were afraid of him. Maybe they're like, man, we cannot have this guy casting spells by us. Okay, let's hopefully I don't die from this jump. Oh, goodness gracious. They want to scare you with that one. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so Lusat, if he's... no, Azur. If he is a primeval glintstone sorcerer and he is doing funky stuff that is now forbidden, deemed forbidden, because it's cleaving too close to the ideas of the primeval current and getting close to the wisdom of stone, he's glimpsed the wisdom of stone, most likely, based on his staff. Carians don't like that. All right, Lusat, you got to get out of here. But people can still study comets, but just not... They can't go too far in their studies. It's interesting about how it's the oldest of the academy. So most likely, we should deduce, most likely. I mean, this isn't even a question we would be asking. Like, why would we be asking is I say Lusat, I meant to say Azur. Is Azur still alive? If so, where is he? Our assumption should be like, no, he's most likely not alive, right? He should be dead. Do I have all the crowns now? Am I missing any? Carlos, Olivianus, Twin Sage, Lazali. No, we got it all. Oh, what's this? Intelligence, detriment, stamina. Intelligence, detriment, HP. Intelligence, HP, and stamina. Oh, okay. So, intelligence, detriment, stamina. Intelligence, detriment, HP. Oh, so they're studying... These guys are studying... The Twin Sages are studying both the Olivianus school and the Carlos school. And the Lazali is getting an increase in dexterity because they're using swords. Scholars of Lazali Conspectus study Carian sorceries, a heterodox pursuit that views the moon as equal to the stars. We already knew that. So definitely a newer school. Newer school of thought. And I think, yeah, that's it for this side of the academy. All right, and now that we have all of the crowns... I think it's time for us to reach the top of the tower and make our final ascension towards the great and beautiful Full Moon Witch. Any item? Oh, there is an item down there and an item right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Some Scooby-Doo nonsense is happening here. They don't want me getting up here. Okay. So whoever's hanging out here, they don't want visitors. They're summoning giant balls from from these portals. It literally the first one broke the wall. Look at that. Alright, what do we got here? You tried to escape. What happened? Crystal darts. Excellent. Cool. Okay. Which way is it bouncing? Okay. Oh, I gotta be quick on the... I gotta be quick here. Smithing Stone 5. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. Okay. Very interesting. It has a very similar, runic makeup to the Crystalian sigil and the Carian sigil. Actually, let me find a safe spot where it won't hit me. Right here? Is this safe? Yeah, okay, cool. First, look carefully. Let me see. It has... Oh, I should probably do this way, right? Is there runes on there? Sorry, no talking right now. I'm just gonna see if the runes are the same. It has 4 runes. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's it's at least mirroring them. So my assumption is this is people aligned with the Carians or the Crystalians trying to protect Renala. Door doesn't open. There's a guy over there before we go. Ooh, a waygate. Church ahead. Anything down this way? Can we see the statues from here? Anything on the outside walls? Anything interesting? Any other bloodborne statues that are going to blow my mind? Oh, you can see. Oh no, you can see them from here. Oh sweet. Oh, you totally could see them from the Terra Magica side. Wait, can I see them? Get higher up. Can't really see what's in this direction. All right, we have an Eternal Sending Gate. I think this is the first in the Academy. We didn't use any of the outside of the Academy, but they all just like lead to the door. Okay. Let us look forward. Who do we have here? Okay. Who is you? Oh, we have a Carian Knight. Let's look at our Carian armor so we can know who this guy is. And he's fighting people. Oop. Helm of an Enchanted Knight. All right, that's an Enchanted Knight. Who serves the royal Carian family. The Enchanted Knights, anointed by the Lunar Queen, were all heroes of the highest honors, but fell into disarray with the decline of the royal family. All right, so there is, straight ahead, someone anointed by the Lunar Queen. Anointed by the Lunar Queen himself, Moongrum, Carian Knight. He's got moon in his name. And then here, actually, we could see oh, he's walking towards us. Oh no, he's walking. Hey, Mimic Fireball. Hey, dodge this. Yeah. Ooh. What do you do? Let's see you do some moves, buddy. Come on, tough guy. Okay, yeah, he's a tough guy. Okay, no, I was just kidding. A lot of bloodstains here. He is a tough guy. I don't think he has more flask, though. All right, Carian Grandeur. Nice, very cool. Hey, guess what? I know your spells. Didn't see that coming, did you? I could see why you guys fell apart. Just kidding. He's a tough guy. He really shows, like, the strength of the Carian Knights. Speaking of which, I'm going to use this shield. A teardrop-shaped shield. A teardrop-shaped, medium-sized shield embedded with blue glintstones, carried by knights who serve the Carian royal family. Excels when facing magic or holy attacks. Just who were these knights preferring to fight? Everybody? Knights? And? Or, what is it? Magic and holy. So they were prepared to fight everybody. Let's take a look at this shield. Beautiful shield, and holy moly. It's got lilies all over the place. The Carians are lilied up. They're lilied up the wazoo. Are these Trina lilies, or are they Miquella's lilies? God, it's lilies all over the place. That's wild. Well, the Carians are older than Miquella. But are they older than the Halig tree? Are they? Do they have faith in the Halig tree? Or is it faith in Saint Trina? Light purple. This is gold. Unalloyed gold. So far, the Carians and the Eternals don't have anything really to do with gold. So it must be Saint Trina. But Saint Trina's lily is very ethereal. This is rooty. This is earthy. This isn't. Doesn't even. It's rounded at the bottom. All right, that's crazy. Also, it's funny that they make mention of, like, who are they gonna fight? Like, these, like, we talk about them part of, like, the Eternal plot. They are trying to protect against everybody. Like, it seems like they were, if we think about them knowing things, like the fate in the stars, they're following the fate in the stars. It's fettered by the Golden Order. Perhaps the Carians knew that the Erdtree capital would attack the Academy, so they needed to defend against it. This is the way towards Renala. We can tell that because we have our sigil up here, and it's kind of newer. It's embossed on the stonework here. So this is towards Carialand, but before we go this way, we gotta go this way. Hey, I see you, Twin Sage. Oh, you're part of the Crystal Cadre. Now you're dead. And what do we have hidden here? Saint Trina. So, I'm thinking it's not Halig Tree. I mean, it could be because that's where the Almanoric came from. And that's where the Almanorics want to go. Or could, but this is the third Trina Lily? What are you guys looking at? You looking at Renala? You miss her? Any more? Yeah, this is the third. It's like, is it Halig Tree or is it Trina that they're interested in? That I don't know. What do you guys think? Use your prophetic knowledge. I don't think you'll. I don't even think, like, with prophetic knowledge, you'll get it right. Not that you'll get it right. You can't be wrong on it. I mean, but just like, like, it's hard to answer that question, I think, on purpose. Nice. Our door's open. Great. Excellent shortcut. Let's go up the ladder. Like, I wouldn't have been able to answer that question in the way that I want people to answer it until very recently. Okay, so who are these guys? These are guys part of the Carlus Conspectus. So the oldest of the Glintstone Academy are summoning these balls. They have a pumpkin head, a guy from the gladiators guarding them so they can summon this stuff. Let's do a Blessing's Boon. What if I do this? Oh, I'm surprised he heard me. I wanted to do this before they... Oh, nice. Oh my god, this dude's really spinning to win. Thank goodness that fall did not kill me. I would have been so upset if I lost a great rune to a freaking ladder. And, like, am I stuck? Am I not going to be able to get up there? Yeah, okay, cool. Guys, no. This is stupid. This is so silly. Okay, I got it. No, I don't. There we go, okay. He puts the stone of light in his head. That was so silly. Okay, well, what if I just do a... Oh, look at that. That really blocks great magic damage. Wow. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. This is... The Carians are like... With a shield like this, holy crap. It is so... It's like actually ingenious how they do some of this game design with... You get through the whole Magic Academy, and then they're like, alright, here's a shield that makes the Magic Academy just, like, easy as pie. Oh, you know what? You know who else? You know who else probably had a stint with the Carians? This guy. Look at him. Oh my god, Roger. You dog, you. Look at that. You fight against a wizard, they're done. Yeah. Carians, yeah, they're strong. I get it. Glintstone Scarab. Blue-green scarab wore direct on the head. These scarabs roll clumps of sorceries during their labors. So this thing is always here. Maybe I guess they have to summon the balls through it? So this is a portal to somewhere else. And they're summoning the ball through it. Hear that it's glowing. It's very similar. It's a black void, but it's evoking the and it's giving off its own light. It's evoking the Waygates to me, the eternal Waygates. Let's jump down here. Is there any magic items for us? Golden Rune 7. Someone from the foot of the Erd Tree. Oh, we also got more Smithing Stone 5s, mine near the Erd Tree. So, yeah, people from the Erd Tree at the Academy. Definitely for sure, 100%. And, alright, before we go up to see Renala, let's see where this takes us in the Academy. Oh, wait a gosh darn second. No way. This is the Church of Vows. Oh my goodness. Who set you up to this? Well, giving us another firm connection. Wait a minute. Are those supposed to be lilies? Are those supposed to be lilies on the chalice? Alright. I guess we'll have to finish the Academy in the next episode. Next episode, we'll have to go face Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. What say you, turtle? Wake up. That was mean. Oh my god, that he's really attacking him. I was just kidding. Oh, he won't talk to me now. I'm sorry. Wait, before I end the episode, I gotta see what he says. It was an accident, I swear.
Are you quite finished? Take this opportunity to learn to master your emotions. Worry not, I take no offense. But others are not always so forgiving. Some take to anger, others sorrow. Bonds are fragile things, wont to break under strain. And once they're broken, everything is lost, with naught to gain.
Thank you for that wisdom, Ariel. We will continue the Mimic commentary and see what happened when the bond between Radigan and Renala was broken. Who was the Lunar Queen? And who is she now? Thank you for watching. You know the drill. Let's do the thing.